Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdut's Newsstand, and as I was looking for a video today, there was like no news, nothing that I had time to research on, nothing that I could go through. I couldn't think of any original topics, so I'm looking at Newsarama and I'm like, hey, we're gonna make a video on this. This is the top 10 supervillains, best DC supervillains of all time. And this is actually going to be a list by Newsarama, and I immediately chuckled because I didn't go down through them all. I wanted to kind of do that as the video progresses, but when I seen who the first one was, I was like, oh wait, so this is a top 10 best DC supervillains of all time for newbie? Like, I just, you know what, rather than go through it, let's just explain. We have, for number 10, the Anti-Monitor. Number 10, the man who invented crises, the Anti-Monitor. 10. Yeah, okay. All right, that's why I wanted to go through this. But if you are new to the channel and you enjoy this type of content, make sure you hit like. I will quit yelling, I promise. And if you are interested in joining, I am doing a live stream on Sunday with Comic Breakdown. We will talk a little bit more about DC Comics, Fear State, all of that fun stuff. So, number 10, yes, the Anti-Monitor. Oh, it's already starting out pretty bad. Now, I'm not saying the Anti-Monitor isn't worthy of this list. What I'm saying is, he should be much lower than 10. And Captain Cold, I'm not sure that... You know what? Captain Cold is a great rogue. He is a wonderful rogue. But he is not anything comparable to who should be and shouldn't be on this list. I do think he's great for Flash, but in general, he's just kind of meh, in my opinion. I did learn something new about Captain Cold. His little glasses here are actually based off of Inuits and how they would do theirs. So when he shoots his, his gun, basically it focuses the light so he isn't blinded by it. I thought that was kind of cool. So anyway, yeah, I wouldn't say Captain Cold really belongs on this list either. I have a feeling I'm not going to agree with most of these lists. Yeah, no. I mean, Deathstroke, maybe because of what he did to Tara. But other than that, Deathstroke has never been one of my favorite villains. Like, he's a good villain. He's an okay villain. He's great with the Titans. He's great in Arkham Knight. Kinda. Still, another one that I feel like doesn't belong on this list. I'm hoping as we go lower that we will see the ones that I think belong on this list, but we'll say Reverse Flash. Yeah. You know what? Well, I'm okay with this one. Reverse Flash is everything. Maybe he should be even a little bit lower with Flashpoint and everything that he did. He is, well known for this stuff with Barry Allen and wanting to erase them and the harm he did to his family and the idea that he went back in time and tried to save his mother. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's Robert Vendetti's Flash run, if I'm correct here. But it's absolutely fantastic, by the way. So Brainiac, another one I probably should have just done this list myself. Another one I feel like should be a little bit lower. Brainiac is a fantastic villain. One of Superman's best villains of all time, because he is pure informational technology terrorism, right? Like, he is the idea that you see people wanting to collect information. He's not necessarily doing it because he wants to see sadness and all this. It is the drive behind Brainiac that makes him so good, because it's no, not understandable. That's not the way to put it. Like, I love learning. I love trying to learn things new and challenge myself, but not to the point of, human suffering or bottled cities of, But I definitely think he should be lower. Yeah, for sure. So, number 5, we've got Ras Al Ghul. Oh my god. Ras Al Ghul, yeah, I would agree, should be right around here. Maybe a little bit higher, and that's because I have a feeling we're not going to see who I want to see. But Ras Al Ghul is probably the best Batman rogue there is, right? Like, I love my Ivy. I love my Harley. I love my Catwoman, but those are more anti-villains. So we're talking straight up villains here. Ras Al Ghul, to me, is a much more interesting character than somebody like Joker, right? Joker's so well known and everything else, but the intricacies of the League of Assassins and stuff like that are a lot more interesting than something like Last Laugh. Like, everybody's gonna be Joker. Okay, all right. So yeah, he definitely is pretty fitting for this spot. If you've ever the recent Neil Adams one by him, I definitely suggest when it comes to stuff with Ras. Really good. So Sinestro, another really good villain, another really good anti-hero sometimes also. But as far as the core goes, yeah, he's the best villain they've really got. I don't know that he would be this high on the... I would say so just because of Blackest Night and stuff like that. He is the embodiment of fear, right? So I love that idea, but it's also like, to think about actually wielding it would be terrifying. This list is just going to annoy me as we get a little bit lower. I apologize ahead of time because I see already that Darkseid is 3. How the fuck do you put Darkseid at 3? Listen to me. How the fuck do you put Darkseid at 3? And why is he not at 1? Come on, we're talking about DC here. He is the Thanos version of DC. What are you doing with your life when you say, okay, you know what? No. Nope. Yeah, this is getting a little crazy. I love Darkseid. Don't get me wrong. But Darkseid is one of those villains where you're like, oh, fuck. Darkseid just showed up. It's gonna get bad. Like Darkseid, the Darkseid War, fantastic. Fantastic. He should be number 1. And oh my God. I'm totally not. What? Just Joker. Joker's number 2 as the best villain. Joker should be on this list, but like at 10, in my opinion. Joker is super overused right now. Super overused. Like, they've got Black Label, you've got him, his own comic book, kind of, with Jim Gordon. I mean, it's titled Joker, but you've got Joker everywhere saturated in the market. He is I was going to say the male version of Harley Quinn, but that's kind of redundant, right? He should absolutely not be 2. I don't know who they are going to pick as number 1. I'm going to make a guess and say it is the Batman Who Laughs. But we also haven't seen Lex Luthor or Perpetua or Superboy Prime. Let's see. Yeah, Lex Luthor. Okay. Lex deserves to be on this list. But I don't agree that he should be anywhere close to number 1. Lex is very smart. Very smart. The stuff he did, one of my favorite getting into Lex's mind, besides Luthor by Brian Azzarello and Lee Bermayhew, is the Forever Evil stuff, right? But Lex should not be number 1. I'm sorry, I disagree. You do not have characters like the Batman Who Laughs on here. Everybody's favorite, right? Everybody agree we all love... Yes, we do. You don't have characters like Perpetua. You don't have Superboy Prime. That, like, I'm a massive advocate for putting Superboy Prime just in everything. Like, if I can think of a storyline that he belongs in, I will put him in there. I love Superboy Prime. And you don't have him on there. There's so many great ones missing from this. What about Bane? Bane over Joker? Well, I would say because he broke Batman's back. And what we've seen from him as far as even in stuff like No Man's Land. Like, how do you not have Bane on? Oh, you know what? How do you not? You know what? No. Fuck all those people I just said. Fuck them. How do you not have Doomsday on here? How do you not have Doomsday on here? How? This is literally from Newsarama, right? Like the leading comic book website. How do you not have Doomsday, Perpetua, Superboy? You know what? I think we need to incorporate this on Sunday and talk about our favorite villains. Yeah, that's really bad list. Terrible list. Terrible list. I could come up with a much better one. I think I have during this video, right? So, anyways, you can tell it's a slow news day. You get to hear me yell about some villains in an article. Let me know, of course, what you guys think. Let me know down below who is your #1 DC Comics villain and why it is Superboy Pride. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.